Go.
Hi, I'm Jess, and welcome to the Big Blue Show, where we report fun facts and exciting news for all you mermaid fans out there. Today, we're really excited to welcome two special guests to the show. Lucy Courtney and Sheena Dempsey are the creators of the amazing Mermaid School books. They have a new book coming out soon on Friday, and have come today to tell us all about it. Hi, Lucy and Sheena.
Hi, Jess. It's good to see you. It's a bit wet and watery under here, and there are sharks. So I'll try not to be eaten. But have you got some questions you want? Oh, there's a shark.
Yeah.
Have you got some questions you wanted to ask?
Yeah. This is a question for you and Sheena. I really enjoyed the first Mermaid School book. It was really exciting, especially the end with the mysterious Christabel love story. I can't wait to see what happens next. Does the love story continue? What adventures are in store for us next?
Well, a big fan of book 1. You'll have met Arthur. Arthur plays quite a big part in the second book. So this is the second one, which you've got behind you. That one's coming out on May the 7th. So that's on Thursday. So what can we tell? What can we tell you without giving too much away? There's a lot of drama.
Clamshell Show. The Clamshell Show.
There's the big Clamshell Show. They're putting on a big show because, as you know, mermaids love to sing. And there's a big show, and something rather dramatic happens at the end of the show. And it's got something to do with Arthur. What else would you add anything to that, Sheena, without giving anything away?
What could you add? Christabel gets in trouble, let's just say.
Yeah, she does get in trouble.
Even though she's an adult, she gets in big trouble.
And there's some cool songs and stuff. We can probably tell you that. Exactly like that, just with mermaid words. Exactly. All right, that's lovely. So that's probably all we can tell you about book 2, but we have got a grand total of 6 Mermaid School books coming. But this is number 2, which is coming out next week. Look at that! Oh. So what about your next question?
How did you come up with the idea for Mermaid School? Did you think of the characters first and then design their world, or the other way around?
Okay, I think Sheena, you should start this one.
Well, Mermaid School came about in kind of a roundabout way. So usually what would happen is that the writer writes the story and sends it to the publisher, and then they find an illustrator that suits the story. But this time around, it happened kind of backwards, where I drew a mermaid. I kind of wanted to do a fun project, so I drew a mermaid, and she was a movie star, and she was a diva. And I drew her, and I gave it to my agent, and my agent really liked the mermaid. So she got in touch with the publisher, and then the publisher got Lucy to create the whole series. And then I came back to do the illustration. So that's how the series was kind of came about.
So it started a bit upside down. It started with a picture this time, and then we built all the characters around that. So Mermaid School started with the picture of Christabel, and then we invented all the other characters to go with her, and then we invented all the school lessons and all the teachers and all the fun stuff that they have. So that's how that began. Do you have another question for us?
Yep. Marnie has to go to Mermaid School to learn to be a good mermaid. Lucy, did you have to go to writing school to be a good writer? And Sheena, have you always been good at drawing, or did you have to go to drawing school to learn it? Can you teach me how to draw like that?
Wow. Well, first of all, did I go to writing school? I didn't go to writing school. I just went to normal school. So if anybody who goes to normal school can write stories. But like anything, you just got to practice really, really hard doing it. So as long as you know how to write a word or type a word, and you can put 2 words together and make a sentence and then make a paragraph, you can make a story. But it's all about practice. And I think that's probably the same for you, Sheena.
Absolutely the same. Drawing for me has been about practicing. So I started drawing when I was a little bit younger than you. And then I studied it, well, I did it in primary school and then in secondary school, and I did go to art college, and then I did more of it then, and then I did another extra year of art college, so I've been drawing a long time, and then I'm still learning. I still do courses all the time, so I'm always learning about drawing and how to do better. Practice.
You actually have to go to a special drawing school to draw, whereas I just bumble along putting the words together.
Okay, what are the polo shirts made out of in Mermaid?
Well,
That's an interesting question.
I think it's fair to say it's some form of seaweed.
Yes.
But as the way, I think what they do is they cut it into really small strips and then they knit it all together. Can you imagine a big set of like driftwood knitting needles, and they've got whole sort of, they've probably got lots of mermaids and mermen sitting in caves knitting and making the school uniforms out of bits of seaweed. That's what I think.
And what about the crests? How do you think they make them?
You see,
What?
have they got shells on them?
I think they're just kind of woven seaweed and dyed with different coloured seaweeds. That's what I think.
Yeah, because there's lots of different kinds of seaweeds. They're not just green seaweeds. You can get seaweed of all sorts of colours.
You can get white seaweeds because that's the seaweed colour as well.
Exactly. You can get all the different colours. So I think that's how I like that question. That's a great question.
Good question.
Marnie loves singing and her auntie is a famous pop star. When you write about songs in the book, do you imagine the tune in your head too?
Oh yeah, totally. I can't write music, I can only write words. So when we go into schools and talk to boys and girls like you, we've got a couple of songs, haven't we, Sheena, that I started off writing as words, and then I thought, well, I'd better put a little tune to go with it, and then I would teach everybody the tune.
Will we sing it now? Do you want to sing it?
Oh, should we sing? I'm not sure I can remember it. How does it go?
Do a quick verse.
I was the
Mermaid School's full of
that's fun. It starts, this is a song which is in book 1, Jessie. Okay, it goes, ocean blue, ocean true, waves to make the world anew. Mermaid schools full of rules, break them and it's bad for you. So that's what we do, and when we teach it, we go in a little round. So there's loads of fun songs and praise and adulation.
Question 5.
Jess,
Other characters in
don't clap too loud, Mr. Sharks. The sharks will notice. Keep clapping down. Okay. All right, next question.
Are the characters in Mermaid School based on real people, or did you completely make them up? Sheena, when you draw characters, do you draw them to look like real people that you know? Did you and Lucy decide together what they would look like, or did she just give you the words and you used your imagination?
Well, yeah, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say this is probably very much you.
Well, how it happened was that, so for example, Christabel Blue, I drew that mermaid initially, but then when I gave it, when all the steps had been passed where Lucy was now writing and it came back to me, I had to kind of re-envision Christabel to be more glamorous, because that was what Lucy had written in the story. So I had to kind of reimagine her, and I kind of semi-based her on a friend of mine called Liz, who's very glamorous. So she kind of looks quite like my friend Liz, I think. So yeah, what about you, Lucy?
Well, I don't know. No, I just gave you very loose kind of colour of hair, colour of tail.
Yeah.
And sort of very much left it up to you, really. I don't think there's any. I remember Lady Sealia, I told you, was very grand and had long white hair. That was important.
Yeah.
But Marnie, I knew she had blonde hair, and Orla, I knew had dark hair, and Pearl had red hair, because we wanted a little mixture of people. And in fact, you'll notice all the different characters, they've all got all sorts of different hair colours and skin colours and tail colours. So it's a real mixture in the lagoon, isn't it? Oh, there's the shark again. Okay, next question.
Question 6. We love mermaids here at the Big Blue Show. What do you love most about mermaids?
I think I probably like their jewellery.
Yeah, and their kind of outfits and stuff.
Yeah,
and the fact that they have like face jewels like this.
Yeah, Christabel's outfits. Christabel's always got nice big earrings, so that's why I've got my big earrings on today.
Yeah. And I think it's just exciting that they have tails and they live under the sea. I just love that. It's just so magical.
It's so cool just to be able to swim really, really fast with a tail. Yeah. It's like when you put flippers on in the swimming pool and you whiz along. Best feeling.
Yeah.
Is Mermaid School anything like the school you went to?
Actually, the school uniforms are very much like the school uniforms that we wore, except without the skirt, obviously. But basically, it's exactly like Marnie's uniform is like that, without the tie, just the open shirt, and then the collar or the jumper. So yeah.
I think my head teacher was quite like Lady Sealia, and she had black hair. She was very tall and a bit fierce. And
Really?
but my music teacher,
Ask that.
she wasn't an obvious, but she was very lovely, and I loved doing music. Who else do we have? We have quite fierce PE teachers. You'll meet a very fierce PE teacher in book 3.
What about Mr. Splendid?
What about who?
He's nice. Mr. Splendid, he's nice.
Mr. Splendid, the toadfish. Yes, he's rather cool, isn't he? I don't think we didn't have horses at my school, or seahorses. I don't know if you did, Gina. That would be cool at school. Horses at school. How good would that have been? So no, didn't have anyone like that.
I guess seahorses are based on horses.
Yes, definitely based on horses.
Just lose the sea and it's horses.
Exactly right, exactly so. Cool.
This one isn't really a question, but I've already got it.
Okay, go for it.
Can I have your autograph?
What we'll do is I'll write a little piece of paper and I'll catch a scallop and I will send the scallop all the way to see you, okay, with my autograph. Sheena, will you send a scallop as well?
I definitely will, yeah.
Scallop.
Yeah, sending the messages, because that's how they send messages in the lagoon. They send little scallops with messages inside them. So you just watch out for the scallop. It's a little shell that comes swimming along like that. You'll see them in some of Sheena's pictures if you look really closely. So should we do that?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think we should do that.
Okay.
Wow, thank you for the questions. Was that everything?
Well, that's all from us today at the Big Blue Show. Thanks, Sheena and Lucy, and good luck with the new book.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, now I'm gonna go and play with my surprise mummy.
You go.
Bye.
Bye.